We're going to invite everyone who is here to just drop into your hearts, be a part of this magic with us. And you want to jump in? You ready, Matika?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start off with my beautiful bowl. I think I got this bowl the weekend that I was in Utah with you.
Yeah.
I remember I came to the class and I was like, oh my gosh, I found my bowl. And it's still a huge part of my life. So we're going to start off just cleaning the energy, and then we'll drop in together like we did in that class, the sacred creative process. Okay, so just take a deep breath in. Breathe all the way down into your lower belly, to the sacral chakra. Breathing in and out. Then we're going to take a deep breath in, picturing this divine light coming in through the top of our heads. Breathing it all the way throughout our bodies, cleaning, cleansing, clearing the pathway all the way down to our toes. Allowing this light to exit our toes, to move up and around our bodies, sealing it up at our toes to be an added form of protection, to infuse and insulate us with light. We're going to call in all of our angels and our guides and our spiritual team, those who are here to support us, specifically those who are assigned to you to support you with this book. And in through the divine light, that they will be here present to hold the space, that it will be peaceful. Even though you have kids and I have kids, we're going to ask that all of our angels will help them be peaceful during this time. And that they will facilitate your book showing up. We're going to ask that light will touch our ears so we may spiritually hear what needs to be heard. The light will touch our third eye, so we'll have access to all of our spiritual gifts. The light will cleanse our lips, that we speak only what needs to be spoken. Take a nice deep breath in. And we're going to start by warming up the heart. So I want you to imagine this brilliant, brilliant warmth of the sun. So think of a day where maybe you were in like a really cold store, or your car was really cold with air conditioning, and you walked outside and the sun poured down on you. That's the feeling I want you to feel in your heart. So we're just going to breathe in. We're just going to allow that warmth to soften the heart, soften the heart. This is a space that we're receiving the book in. We're going to receive from this beautiful love in your heart. We're just going to soften any of the walls, anything that's in the way. And then we're just going to call in your book and into the divine light to come and sit with us right here, right now. And then I'm just going to invite all of your gifts, because you're highly gifted. I know that you have intuition that's really strong. So we're just going to invite all of your spiritual gifts and into the divine light to be present fully at the top level, so that you can see, hear, and feel what there is here right now. So I want you to tell me, what are you present to right now?
I really feel that warmth, and I feel like I have something within that needs to almost like spread its wings and fly. And then from there, I picture like a ripple effect happening, like little ripples all over,
Yeah.
these ripples just spreading out. And it's all that same like warm light energy that you brought in.
Yeah, I love that, because as soon as your book showed up, it actually came in like with wings. It was really interesting. Like it had wings bringing it here. So there's like, that's the thing I saw. That's the thing you received. So we get to like realize, okay, that's two witnesses. Okay. Yeah. It's ready for its time to fly. That's what it's sharing with us. Right. So now we get to, I want you to drop in and ask, like, what's a question that you want to ask your book? Like, is it around the topic? Is it around the next step? Like, close your eyes and drop in your heart. And when we tap on our sternum bone right here, it helps us bring our awareness into the heart and out of the mind. The mind is beautiful and wonderful, but it's not where we want to play right now. So you just drop into your heart. What questions do you want to dive into with your book?
The first thing that is coming is just how. That's the word, how.
Okay, fabulous, right? Because you have how many little ones?
3.
You have 3 littles. And how old
Yeah.
is your oldest?
5.
5, yeah. So you're like in it, right?
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah.
like totally the most magical time ever, and also like super hard, super tiring. So it would make sense that there's like, how in the world am I going to write a book?
Yeah.
Right. And that is like such a valid question. So we're gonna wrap the how, and we're gonna put it over on this table, because the how is the barrier. The how is the reason why it hasn't come through, right? So the book is saying like that's not the question, right? Like the how isn't a thing. How isn't a thing? Like who you are right now. So okay, so like this is what I'm hearing, is that who you are right now defeats all hows.
Mm.
Like I don't really actually know your story, but I would like, what I'm getting is that who you are right now totally blows out how. Like you are who you are because of the work you've done, because of like the deep, deep transformation you've said yes to. If you had said that to Matika 10 years ago, she'd be like, how? How's it even possible? Right? So like, how's this like, it's not even a real thing for you because you're so much bigger than how, right? Like you're just so much more magical than how. So let's drop instead and ask the book, what's the message that's super loud right now for you? Okay.
That's funny. When you were talking, that's the second thing that came was what? Yeah.
What? Yeah. So
What?
that's what we need to do. Thank you for being here with us in this beautiful, sacred book channeling session. And if you felt the stir in your heart that it is time for you to write your book, then I am so excited to tell you that I am going to give you my sacred creative process that allows authors to channel their books. Just click the link below in the description and you will have immediate access to learning the tools on how you will channel your book. Okay, so I want you to drop in. So we're just going to ask this book. So it's coming through. It's got these beautiful wings. It's super interesting though, because it's kind of like the image of the stork delivering the baby. That's kind of the visual I'm seeing. So it's like it gets brought right here before us. It's like unswaddled. And so it's interesting that you used the word rebirth earlier when we first started, because it feels as though the book is the rebirth. The book is your rebirth. And also when you write it, it will be another rebirth. So do you feel like you've had a rebirth in your life? Do you feel like that's something you've experienced?
Yeah, like 100%. I feel like it keeps happening over and over, but it's really interesting because I went to your writer's workshop and I kind of like dove in, and I feel like my book is still that same one, but it's had this whole new like up leveling experience. So I'm just trying to figure out like what it is now, you know?
Right.
Because I felt like I had an idea before. And so now, yeah, I just keep coming back to like, what is this message now? Like, how is it different?
Okay, so feel into this with me. If the message has the energy of rebirth, so what I'm seeing is that you're not going to know what this book is per se. Like, yeah, we've got the energy of rebirth. It's time for it to open its wings. But until you sit down and start writing, that's when this book's going to show up for you. And so trying to know what it is before you start is going to be the wall that holds you back. So you sitting down and asking the book to uncover itself for you every single time, that's going to be how the book comes through. So you're not actually going to be shown, okay, this is the outline, this is the purpose, this is the what. Instead, you get to dive in and dance with the book every day. All right, partner, show me, lead me today, right? Like lead me on this move today instead of me trying to figure out where we're going to go.
Yeah.
Right. But I also saw this thing that while you're writing this book, that is, it's like, hold on. So the book is about rebirth, and there's something about when people read it, it opens up the path for them to have a rebirth. So it gets to be your story, but it also gets to be like the how for them, like what's the next step for them if they're aching to get out of stagnation, if they're aching to get out of old patterns and old belief systems, how do they activate a rebirth in their life?
Yeah.
And one of the ways we do that is that it's literally like we code it in with intention. Right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Oh, you're just speaking like everything that has come to me within the past 2 weeks. Like totally speaking like the exact words that have come to me, you know?
Yeah, that's good. Because then that gets to be a second witness. Because a lot of times when we receive something, we like question it. But then when there's like an outside witness who also sees it with you, then it's like cemented in. Like that's a holy hell yes. We move there. And this is a piece that, you know, every time I work with authors, it's like, how do we code this intention into every word, into every syllable, every piece, the energy of this book, so that if somebody just held this book to their heart, they would feel a shift in their cells. And that's the power that I'm seeing with your book, is that it's so much more than a book. It's like, you know, it's kind of like, sometimes I see things like cartoony, but it's almost like they open the book and they jump in with you. Like they jump in the book and have the adventure with you. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, so this morning I did a visualization. I feel like I've seen so much of what you just said. It's so crazy. I've been doing visualizations around the book for like over a week now. I'm kind of like just getting really serious about it again. But what I see is I see the book taking flight and going outwards. And then I just see, especially women receiving it.
Yeah.
And what it does is it impacts their lives so much that it's like a ripple that goes outwards, and it impacts like generations, because they're immediately affected by it, and then they rise up to empower their family and friends and circles of influence. And I'm very Christian, but I see it as very preparatory for the second coming of Christ as well. That's what I feel. I feel the power within, and then I guess right now I just have to overcome, like what you said, like the how. I have to overcome that, and I also have to overcome just feelings of what is it called? Inferiority, I guess, of, you know, or imposter syndrome kind of thing, where I realize like I'm just the vessel, really. So I need to receive this and spread it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So what I want to bring you back into is that fire that just showed up, right? The fire of like, oh my gosh, when women read this, when anyone reads this, it ripples throughout the generation. But then when you landed on what you feel the purpose of this book is, to open the pathways, right, for more expansion. When you say the words for the second coming, if that's the passion in your heart, how could you ever shut that down?
Yeah. Yeah.
No inferiority, no complex of like, who am I? Like, who am I not to be? Right?
Yeah.
Like, you received it. That's your seed. So every time you feel doubt or the how showing up, I want you to go back into that fire.
Yeah.
Because nothing can withstand that kind of passion.
Mm-hmm.
No walls can hold that passion back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I want you to breathe in. You're going to breathe some light all the way from the sacral chakra all the way up into the heart. And we're going to do 3 deep breaths. And the reason of this is I want you to take the fire that just showed up and we're going to turn it into a bonfire. Okay? So I want you to breathe it in and breathe it out. And I want you to breathe it out your heart. So breathe it all the way up and out your heart. And one more. And out your heart. And you feel how we just brought all that energy straight into the heart space. And right here, what's present for you?
Just like pure drive.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
of course this is done. Like, it's already done.
Yeah.
It's already been written. All you have to do is bring it through. And how sacred that you literally just had birth. You just brought a baby earth side. Bringing this book is going to be literally the same energy. The energy is already created. The spirit of the book is already made. You get to be the body that brings it here, earth side. And it's just like so time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. So next steps, right? Next steps are feel this fire every damn day.
Yeah.
Every morning. I want you to feel this fire. And anytime your brain wants to come in and tell you like, oh, but you got like 2 hours of sleep last night, because that's valid, right?
Yeah.
You're probably getting 2 hours of sleep last night. And you probably have kids who are, like begging for food. Like it's all there.
Yeah.
And here's the magic, Matika, is that when life is crazy and we get the nudge to bring a book through and we follow the nudge, we have to lean 100% on the divine, which makes the book so much better because it cannot come from your mind. Because right now, you don't have the capabilities or the capacity to figure it out. That's a massive gift. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Like if you had 8 hours a day to write a book, that would actually be like a hindrance. You know?
Yeah.
So there's like this magic of where you're at in your frame of life. Because it's going to require that you lean in full-hearted into trust and allowing like your spirit guides, God, the divine, to just work through you.
Yeah. I feel that so strongly.
Yeah. So next steps, feel the fire every single day. Whatever you got to do, feel the fire. And then you're just going to spend time with your book. And if you can just set the timer for 15 minutes a day, just set the timer and just say, okay, I'm a vessel for these 15 minutes. Do the sacred creative process, drop in, just see what comes through. Okay. Yeah. And I know you know a lot about vibration. So here's something that's really magical about this. When you're channeling a book, it brings your vibration up to a really high level. So now you're at this new frequency. Everything else in your life works better. So you spending time with your book is you literally showing up better as a mom because your vibrations just changed. You showing up better in your marriage. You showing up better everywhere. Why? Yeah. Because of that magic of channeling.
So cool. I know that's true.
What are your thoughts? Where are you at?
I know that all of this is true. You're reminding me. Right now I have this idea in my mind that I need to set aside 2 hours and like, it just seems impossible, but you're reminding me that literally if I can get in the channeling energy, all I need is that timer for 15 minutes. And yeah, I love that. That's like exactly what I needed today because I just have like this wall in front of me of like, how do I have the time to do this? But I do have the time, Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just little bites at a time. And when we're channeling it, it just comes through so fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's do this as we're closing up. I want you to drop in your heart and I want you to listen to when this book will be complete.
Okay.
Let's find the date, okay? So just breathe in. And I don't want you to hear it in your mind. I want you to see what's the date that this book gets finished, complete. Did you see something? Did you hear something?
Yeah.
What did you
It's
hear?
so funny. I am such a person when I'm manifesting and I have like a date, I always open the calendar, look what day of the week it is. So I don't even know what this day is, but for whatever reason, October 3rd came in.
Fabulous. I love it. October 3rd it is. So this is where you get to put it on a wall. Be like, my
Yeah.
book is done being written by October 3rd, right? And you get to speak it as though it's so every day. Every
Yeah.
day. I'm so grateful that my book is completed and it's done and it's October 3rd. Speak as though it's already so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm super excited. I'm going to reach out to you today because I saw you applied for the new mastermind, which will be fire. So
Yeah.
we'll talk. We'll have a
Yeah.
call. But as we complete today, I want you to just breathe in. We're going to thank your book for coming in, for speaking with us, for spending time with us, and also just like thanking your book for coming to you, that you were the one, right? Like that you were the one it chose. So take a deep breath in. We're going to wrap this book in so much light. Okay, hold on, wait. We're going to pause for a second because I just saw a question that I think we should answer. I love that Evan says, what's on the cover? Do you have a few more minutes?
Oh my gosh. Okay, here's my notebook. I'm going to cover the title because I don't know what the title is yet, but it's basically this pregnant woman and there are seeds being planted and there's birth. She's a vessel, so it's like a vase of flowers through her body.
Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous, Evan. I'm so glad you asked that. Oh my God. Well, that feels like magic.
That's so cool.
Also, how perfect when the book's on rebirth that's the cover.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's so magic. Oh, that just lit me up. Okay, fun. Okay, so now we're just going to breathe in all the gratitude of our heart. We're just going to wrap that book in so much love, so much gratitude, and then we're going to allow the wings to just take it off into the space of creation energy, letting it know that you will be spending time with it every day, that your heart will be here to receive it at all times, in all ways, in all places, and that magic just circles this whole experience for you. So just take a nice breath in and out. Matika, you are the best. I'm so happy you came on today.
I feel so good. Yeah, this is meant to happen. And I know that you are my mentor. And Evan, I know that you're my mentor too throughout this process. I don't know like how, but I know that you guys are. There's a reason that you came into my life right now again. So
well, we are here for it, my friends. So I will be reaching out to you today. Everyone, give her so much love for being so open and beautiful, and you're extraordinary. Much love, dear. If you loved this video, then I invite you to come over with me right here and watch a few more of my book channeling sessions. Join me as I sit with authors and we channel through books that are here to transform humanity. I think you're going to love them.